We all like to think that karma is real, that good things happen to good people and bad people eventually get what's coming to them. But what happens when the bad guy wins? What happens when someone commits an unspeakable act, gets away with it, and uses that betrayal as a stepping stone to build a perfect life? Today, we are diving into the deep end of the Reddit void. We're looking at threads from people who are living lives that don't belong to them, people who ruined someone else's existence to save their own, and are now living with the ghost of that decision every single day. These are confessions of stolen lives. Let's get into the first story.
Story 1, The Brother's Keeper. This first one comes from a user named Throwaway Guilt Twin, and man, the title alone gave me chills. Here's what they wrote.
I'm writing this because today marks exactly 10 years since my brother passed away. And I am the only person on earth who knows the truth about why he was in that cell. To understand this, you have to understand us. My brother, Liam, and I were identical twins. Growing up, we looked exactly alike, but our personalities were miles apart. I was the golden boy, straight A's, captain of the swim team, heading to an Ivy League school. Liam was the wild one. He smoked, he drank, he got into fights. He was the headache my parents didn't know how to handle. But the thing about Liam was, he would do anything for me. He loved me more than he loved himself. The summer before I was set to leave for college, I did something stupid. I was at a party, I was drunk, and I decided to drive home. I didn't make it 2 miles before I swerved and hit a pedestrian. It was bad. I got out of the car and the guy wasn't moving. Panic set in. I knew that if I got caught, my scholarship was gone. My future was gone. My parents would look at me with the same disappointment they reserved for Liam. So I called him. I didn't call 911. I called Liam. He showed up in 10 minutes. He saw the car, he saw the guy on the side of the road, and he saw me shaking and crying, smelling like vodka. I'll never forget the look in his eyes. It wasn't anger, it was resignation. He told me, "Go, run home through the woods. I'll handle it." I wanted to argue, but I was a coward. I ran. Liam took the fall. He told the cops he was driving. Because of his past record with minor offenses, they threw the book at him. He got 10 years for vehicular manslaughter and DUI. I went to college, graduated top of my class. I got the high-paying job. I got the house, the dog. Liam struggled in prison. He wasn't built for that place. 3 years into his sentence, he was found hanging in his cell. My parents cried at his funeral, saying they wished he had just gotten his act together like me. They praised me for being the strong one, for holding the family together. Every time they hug me and tell me they're proud of me, I want to vomit. I am living on borrowed time. I am living the life Liam paid for with his own. I killed a man on the road that night, but I murdered my brother the moment I ran into those woods. And I have never told a soul.
Wow. Just wow. That is... I don't even know where to start with that. That is absolutely gut-wrenching. I mean, we all make mistakes when we're young, right? But to let your own brother, your twin, take the fall for something that severe, and then for it to end the way it did? It's the parents' reaction that really twists the knife for me. Imagine hearing your parents say they wish your dead brother was more like you when you are the reason he's dead? That is a level of psychological torture I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. Let's see what the comments had to say, because I know Reddit did not let this slide.
One user, Justice for Liam, says, "This isn't a confession, this is a villain origin story. You didn't just kill a pedestrian, you exploited your brother's love to save your own skin. You aren't the golden boy, you're a parasite. I hope you rot." Harsh, but, I mean, can you blame them? Here's another one from Second Chance 88. "I'm a lawyer and I've seen this happen. The guilt you feel is your prison. You might be free physically, but you're serving a life sentence in your head. The best thing you could do, if you have any shred of decency left, is come clean to your parents. Give Liam his name back. Let them know their son wasn't a killer, he was a hero who died protecting his coward brother. That is a powerful point. Give Liam his name back. I think that's the tragedy here. Liam died thinking the world saw him as a screw-up, when in reality, he made the ultimate sacrifice. But if the OP tells the truth now, he loses everything. The wife, the job, the parents' love. It's a selfish calculation, and he's still choosing himself. The OP actually replied to that comment. He said, "I can't. My mother has a heart condition. If she knew the truth that her good son is a killer and her bad son died for nothing, it would kill her. I have to carry this alone to protect them." Man, I don't know. Is he protecting them, or is he still just protecting himself? That is incredibly messy. Let me know in the comments what you would do in that situation. Would you confess and blow up your family's life to clear your brother's name? Or do you take that secret to the grave?
That last story, that's the kind of thing that keeps you up at night. The idea that the person you admire most might just be hiding a skeleton in the closet, literally. But, sometimes stealing a life isn't about taking someone's freedom. Sometimes it's about taking their brilliance. It's about stealing their future and wearing it like a costume. This next thread was posted in a subreddit for confessions of white-collar professionals. It didn't get a lot of upvotes before it was deleted, probably because the OP realized just how identifiable their story was. But thankfully, the internet never forgets, and someone archived it. Story 2, The Masterpiece.
I'm writing this from a hotel room in Tokyo. I just accepted a Lifetime Achievement Award for my contribution to modern architecture. The crowd clapped for 5 minutes straight. I stood there, smiling, holding the trophy, and all I could think about was Elias. Elias was my roommate in grad school 20 years ago. He was difficult, manic, depressive, barely slept, barely ate, but he was a genius. I don't use that word lightly. He saw space in a way no one else did. I was a hard worker, sure, but I was mediocre. I knew the software, I knew the math, but I didn't have the vision. 2 weeks before our final thesis, the project that basically determines if you get hired by a top firm or if you go design strip malls, Elias overdosed. It was an accident, I think. I found him in our apartment. After the police left and his parents came to collect his things, they missed a stack of sketchbooks under his bed. I found them while I was cleaning out the room. Inside was his thesis. It wasn't just a sketch. It was a fully realized concept for a sustainable urban housing complex that was breathtaking. It was decades ahead of its time, and nobody knew it existed. I was panicking about my own project. I had nothing. So I scanned his sketches, I digitized them, I tweaked a few lines so it wouldn't look like his handwriting, and I submitted it as my own. The professors were floored. They called me a prodigy. I got job offers from every major firm in New York and London. That project launched my entire career. But here's the problem. Once you start as a genius, you have to stay a genius. For the last 20 years, every groundbreaking design I've released, it's all from Elias's notebooks. I kept them. I have mined that stack of sketchbooks for 2 decades. Every curve, every angle, every philosophy I preach in interviews, it's all him. I am rich. I am famous. My name is in textbooks. But I am hollow. I haven't designed a single thing. I'm just a tracer. I reached the last page of his final notebook 3 months ago. I have nothing left. The well is dry, and people are starting to notice. My latest proposal was rejected for being derivative. They're saying I've lost my touch. The truth is, I never had it. I stole a dead man's soul, sold it piece by piece, and now
Now I'm just an empty shell, waiting to be found out.
I'm just a tracer. That line gave me goosebumps. It's one thing to steal money or a car, but to steal someone's mind? To steal their legacy? Elias died without anyone knowing what he was capable of, and this guy, this OP, has been basking in that glory for 20 years. And the scariest part? The notebook is empty now. It's like a horror movie where the magic spell runs out. What happens next? Does he confess? Does he retire? Or does he just fade away and let people think he lost his touch? The comments on this one were mixed, which surprised me. Some people were furious, obviously, but others brought up a really interesting philosophical point, like this comment from Art is Eternal. If you hadn't stolen those designs, they would have ended up in a landfill. The world got to experience Elias's genius because of you. You're a thief, yes. You're a fraud, yes. But maybe you were also the only vessel that could have saved his work. I don't know, guys. That feels like a slippery slip to me. Justifying theft because the world needed the art? I think the OP knows the truth. He didn't do it to save Elias's work. He did it to save himself from designing strip malls. And now, he's trapped in a prison of his own making, just like the guy in the first story. Success built on a lie isn't success. It's just a really expensive disguise.